The Last Dog by Catherine Patterson. It all started when there was a virus called COVID-19. COVID-19 is a highly infectious virus, so people had to stay indoors for their entire lives. Brock was one of the people that had to stay in dorms for his entire life. COVID-19 lasted years, and when it finished, people couldn't even tell if it's done. People didn't know it was done until Brock wanted to exit the dome. Brock wanted to get out of the dome, and people in the same dome that Brock was in started talking about him like he was crazy and that he was a deviant. Brock wanted to get out of the dome and for scientific research. When Brock went out of the dome, he was wearing a protective suit to protect himself. Brock needed a computer to explain his feelings because he had never seen things that give him feelings such as grass and mountains. While Brock was collecting research, he heard a sound, so he went to see what it was, and it was a dog. Brock was surprised because he thought that dogs were extinct. Brock wanted to study the dog, but he had to tell the people in his dome first. Brock started contacting the scientists in his dome to tell them that he found a dog and that he thought dogs were extinct. The scientists couldn't believe it. Dogs are not extinct. The scientists ordered Brock to bring the dog to the dome. Brock brought the dog to the dome. While the scientists were arguing about Brock and Brock was playing with the dog and he named it Brock. So the scientists were truly amazed. Brock went out of the dome again to continue his research. When he came back, the scientists were arguing about Brock and saying that they were going to experiment on Brock to create more dogs. Brock heard them arguing about cloning, and cloning is the process of creating more of a thing that they already have. The scientists figured out that Brock could have been hearing them. So they turned off the communication system. It's too late. Brock has already heard their conversation. Brock was not sure if the objectivity was a desirable trait anymore. Brock loved Brock so much he couldn't let them experiment on Brock. Eventually, the scientists tried to take Brock away, and Brock too. Brock acted sick. The scientists were trying to experiment about will they have the coronavirus or not. Brock both went outside of the dome, and Brock started taking off his helmet. Air from outside started coming in his helmet. He waited to get the virus, but then he went back inside. The scientists tested him. He actually didn't have the virus. The scientists were amazed. Then everybody else went out of the dome as well. The people that were in Brock's dome started alerting people in other domes that the pandemic has ended. Brock got very famous and known around the world. The end.